In this presentation, we're going to enter data into our payroll register for the third payroll period, that being October for our problem. It's going to be the first payroll period for the last quarter, which will include October, November, and December. In order to do that, we're going to freeze the panes so we can see the data we are working on. To do that, we're going to go up to A4, cell A4, so scroll all the way up, cursor on A4. Then we're going to go to the View tab up top, Windows Group, Freeze Panes button, and freeze the pane. Okay, so then we're going to scroll back down now that we have no pane or frozen panes. So we're going to go back to the payroll for October. So we're going to enter in this information. Again, we're going to have the same information for the filing status and allowances. And from here going forward, we are in essence going to have the same hours and overtime. And just enter this a bit more quickly. We just want to get practice and show that there's a repetition for the most part and not focus so much on differences that could happen, so that we can then get some data input in place and then move to the year-end information. So these are basically going to be the same as the prior periods. We'll just get practice in doing this a little bit faster so that we can see multiple sections of data and see what repeats, what differs. What we really want to watch out for when we differ is going to be these caps. What happens to these caps after we have more payroll processes? That's really where you got to be careful. So we're going to scroll back up, and these are going to be the same. The M and the allowances, unless there's any changes, then those will be the same. So unless anyone adjusted their W4 information. So I'm going to copy that information, right click, probably do it with a right click, or Control C, and then scroll down, and we're going to put that in B19. Right click, and we want to paste just the form, just the ABC, not the form. Well, we can paste the format anyway, either one, whichever you like. And then we're going to go to the regular hours, and that's going to be, we're going to say it's 163, and we're going to say that 25 is the rate for more regular pay. And note this should mirror, we're basically going to be mirroring what happened up here. That won't be the case when we have hourly employees. They may have different schedules that are, vary from time to time, or it may be very consistent depending on who we are working with. If we have salaried employees, it could be very consistent. So it just really depends on whose payroll we're talking about as to how varied their schedule will be from month to month or pay period to pay period. We are now going to have a very consistent schedule so that we can just show the same data and put this data in a little bit more quickly and push forward with it. And then the rate's actually not 17, it's going to be $25. Okay, and then as we do this, I'm actually going to make this green too, so we'll make this all green so that we know which data set we're working on. So I'm going to highlight from B19 all the way over to X22, right click and make that green. So that when we go back and forth, we'll be able to see that. We'll have to go back and forth a little bit more than the prior earnings registers, as we'll see here. So then we got the regular pay, which will equal the 163 times the $25 rate. We're going to go through this a bit faster, so if you want to slow down on a couple of these, look at the prior months, and it'll be much the same type of calculations. The overtime hours, we're going to say, are 3. The overtime rate is going to be the 25 times 1.5%, or 150%, equals the 25 times 1.5 or 150%. So tab, that's the 37.5. Now note, because we're doing the same thing here, we could copy this stuff down because the rate will be the same and the payroll will be the same. But we're going to go through the calculations a few more times because this is where we really want to focus in on these calculations of payroll. So then we're going to say the overtime pay will equal the 3 hours times the 37.5, G19 times H19, tab. Total earnings then are going to be the regular pay plus overtime. So total earnings equals the regular pay plus the overtime, and that'll give us the 4187.50. Now we got to go to the other types of earnings and see if we hit the cap. It would differ if we hit these caps. Now I'm not worried about hitting the cap here. This employee is not going to get up to the 128,400, but we do have to worry about FUTA and SUTA. So in other words, the OASDI or Social Security wages equals the same number. Remember that the OASDI could differ from total earnings in a case where we have a pre-tax item, such as if the group insurance was a qualified cafeteria plan, which would be a Section 125 plan. In this case, we're saying the group insurance is not a Section 125 plan and therefore will not be reducing the FIT income, federal income tax, Social Security, or Medicare. It will, however, be a post-tax deduction and calculated in the calculation of net income. Now the FUTA, although this number is under 7,000, we have to go to the earnings records, the year-to-date earnings, to see if this employee has already met that FUTA cap. To do that, we would go all the way over here, scroll back up, and we're looking for Anthony Moore, has earned over 7,000. In other words, if we go to the FUTA, it's already been completed. He's already at the FUTA cap. So we don't want to include any more FUTA. So if we scroll back down to where we're at, the green area over here, we're going to say that FUTA needs to be 0. And if we put something in FUTA there, we're going to end up paying FUTA taxes and we'll overpay FUTA, and then we'll have to adjust it and amend it. And then SUTA is the same thing. So SUTA, if we go over to the earnings records for this employee, scroll up to the records for earnings, we see that he's over 8,000 here, and we can see that he's over 8,000 here. So he's already hit the cap there. So I'm going to scroll back to the left. We're going to scroll back down and say he's already hit the cap there. So that means, in other words, no SUTA. OASDI wages, now we can calculate our taxes, is going to equal, we're going to point to the OASDI times 0.062 tab. HI is going to equal the total earnings, because there's no cap, times 0.0145. FIT, we would be getting from the tables here. But now since we have the same earnings, I'm going back here, I'm just going to pick up the same earnings just because we don't want to take the time to go through the tables again. So we've already looked up the tables. It's the same earnings here, and that's one of the reasons we'll keep the same data. So we'll say that the FIT, I'm just going to say, is equal to the prior FIT because we have the same earnings. Okay, got it. So now we're going to go, the group insurance is going to be the same as the prior year. The union is going to be the same as the prior year. It's not the prior year, by the way, prior pay period, prior month in our case. The 401k is going to be the same as the prior month. And then the net pay, we're going to calculate. So it should be the same as the prior month too, but we want to calculate that. That's going to be the total earnings minus everything that we're taking out of the total earnings to get to the net pay. Formula being equals SUM, it's equals, and we want the total earnings minus SUM. Double click the sum function, and we'll highlight the OASDI to the 401k, and it's going to close it up. That's okay, good. So there it is there. So 2,052 and 36 cents. If we scroll back up, that's going to be the same calculation as up there. Okay, so now we're going to go to the employer portion of Social Security. So it's going to be the same, remember, but we're going to calculate it again, equals the OASDI wages times 0.062. HI is going to equal the total wages times 0.0145 tab. These two should match what the employer portion was. FUTA equals the FUTA wages, which is 0, times 0.006. And we don't need to obviously the formula there, but it's nice to have the formula to have everything in conformity. So if I was to copy and paste anything, it would be uniform, even though it's going to be 0, and we already know that. SUTA is going to be this times 0.054. So there we have this. So let's go to the next employee now. We're going to say we've got Cindy. we're going to say Cindy is going to be 161 hours, rate 28. Multiplying this out, I'm going to do this all with the keyboard rather than the mouse now, equals going left 2 times to that 161 D20 times going left once, the 28, and then tab. And then we're going to go to 1 overtime hour. We're going to calculate overtime pay, all with the keyboard here. So I'm not going to use the mouse at all. We're just going to say equals left, left, left on the arrows to the regular pay in E20 times 1.5, time and a half, 150%, tab. Overtime pay then will equal left, left, that 1 in D20 times left once, the 42, tab. Total earnings then will equal left, 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 regular pay, plus left once, overtime pay, tab. So there's going to be our total earnings. Now again, she's not going to have, Cindy's not going to have any problem. We're not going to have a problem with her getting up to the 128. So it's going to be the same here for OASDI wages. FUTA, however, once again, if we scroll over, she's under 7,000 here, but we have to look at total earnings to date, which is on the earnings records. So if we scroll over here up to Cindy, we see her total earnings are over 7,000, and she's hit both 7,000 and 8,000 for the FUTA and SUTA caps. So we have no more FUTA or SUTA wages, in other words. So if we scroll back over, we're going to say FUTA is 0, SUTA 0. OASDI we can calculate now. I'm going to say equals, go left, left, left to the OASDI wages times 0.062, tab. HI equals total earnings, left, 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 total earnings, times 0.0145, tab. FIT equals the same as the prior period, up, 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 that 235, tab. I'm going to scroll back down so we can just see our data here. Group insurance is going to equal up, 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 same as prior period for Cindy, tab. Union dues, up, 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 same as prior period. 401k equals up, 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 same as prior period. Net check we'll calculate here. So I'm going to do that all with the keyboard now. We're going to say this equals left, 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 total earnings minus SUM shift 9. There's our sum function, left, 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 left. This deductions for Social Security, holding down shift now, right, 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 all the way to the 401k, and then shift 0, close that up. So there's our formula with just the keyboard. Now we'll do the OASDI. We're going to calculate it again. Equals, this is the employer portion. Left, 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 OASDI wages times 0.062, tab. HI Medicare equals left, 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 left to total earnings times 0.0145, tab. Now, if you couldn't see that, here it is here. It's also up here in the formula bar. So it's always there when we do the calculation. So this is going to be 0.006 FUTA. So equals left, 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 FUTA times 0.006, tab. SUTA equals left, 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 times 0.054, tab. And of course, those are always going to be 0 now that we've cleared the FUTA and SUTA caps of 7,000 and 8,000 respectively. Back to the next data, next individual, next employee, Jill. We're going to say Jill, same status, 140. The rate is 31. Multiplying this out equals left, left, times left once, tab. overtime 0, tab, overtime rate equals left, left, left to the regular rate times 1.5, tab, overtime pay then equals left, left to the 0 times left once to overtime rate, tab, total earnings equals left, 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 the regular pay, times left once, the overtime pay, tab. Again, something went wrong there. Let's do that again. Equals, you wouldn't be happy with that. Left, left to the 4,340 plus left once, tab. I must have multiplied that. Okay, so once again, we're not worried about Jill hitting this cap of 128,400. So the OASDI wages are just equals the same amount. 7,000 has Jill going over the 7,000 and 8,000 cap. We have to look at the earnings records. Let's go over the earnings records. We're gonna say looking for Jill over here. Oh, Jill, where's Jill? Here's Jill. So Jill is over 7,000 and 8,000 before this pay period, and is at the cap for 7,000 and 8,000 respectively. So it should be zeros for Jill for Suta and Futa wages. So back to our green records, we're going to say this is 0, 0. OASDI calculation equals left, left, left times 0.062, tab. HI Medicare equals left, 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 left times 0.0145, tab. FIT equals, because we didn't make any change from last year, we'd have to get this from the table, but we're just going to pull it from last year because it's the same income. That 474, tab. Group insurance equals, same as prior, tab. There is no, none of that, equals for 401k, tab. And then the net check we'll calculate down here because it's good times to do so. Equals left, 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 all with the keyboard here, left. There's our total earnings, minus the sum, SUM, shift 9. Then I can go left, 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 left to the OASDI, hold down shift, go to the right, 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 and highlight to the 401k, shift 9 to close it up, and enter. Okay, and then we're going to do the OASDI for the employer, equals left, 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 OASDI wages times 0.062, tab. HI or Medicare equals left, 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 left to the total earnings times, and you can see it up here, 0.0145, 145, tab. I think that's okay. And it should be the same number, so it looks good. Futa equals left, 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 left. Futa is 0 times 0.006, tab, equals Suta, left, 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 to Suta times 0.054, enter. Alright, now we're going to do this for one more employee down here. We're going to go to Judy Jones, the owner here, who is a salaried employee. So we're just going to say salary, regular pay $35,000 a month. Overtime pay is just going to equal the same as the regular pay. Total earnings, overtime, sorry, no, that's not true. The total earnings will equal the same as the regular pay. Now, we're worried about her getting over the cap of 128,400. It's probably going to happen. Maybe not this time period. Let's go check. So if we go over to our big earner here in the company, Judy is at 70,000. So she's not to the cap yet. At this point in time, she's clearly over the 7,000 and 8,000. So she's hit the Suta and Futa caps. So we're going to go back over here and enter this data. So still for Social Security wages equals the same. Suta or Futa is 0. Suta is 0. OASDI is going to equal left, left, left. OASDI wages times 0.062. HI or Medicare equals the total earnings times 0.0145 tab. FIT equals the same as last pay period tab. Group insurance equals the same as last pay period equals or tab. Not a union worker, and the 401k equals the same as the prior pay period tab. Net pay, we're going to calculate once again, all with the keyboard, equals left, 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 total earnings, minus SUM, shift 9 for the brackets, left, left. Now we could do this faster by going to the left once, and then, so starting from the end point, holding down shift, left, 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 going to the HI. So it doesn't matter if you highlight left to right or right to left, in other words. It's still the same. You can see the formula is the same. It's the squares defined as N22, or it's a rectangle, but N22 colon S22. Shift 0 and enter. So then we're going to go to OASDI for the employer, equals left, 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 times 0.062. HI Medicare for the employer equals left, 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 times, actually not that one. We should be picking up this one, and that's kind of important, times 0.0145. Not important yet, but it will be. So we want to be consistent. Tab, and then FUTA equals left, 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 this number, times 0.006. SUTA equals left, 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 times 0.054. Okay, so there's going to be our information for the pay period of October. Last thing we should probably do is clean this up and make it blue again. Now I'm going to just copy the formatting from this cell up here, so that, because notice we didn't keep the blue from last time, this blue, which is a different blue. So I'm going to highlight that. I'm going to paint and make that's this color, which is one of our standard colors, so that one's always there. And then I'm going to paintbrush to ungreen our other one. So I'm going to highlight the whole thing, not just one cell. I want to highlight this whole group, and then go to the Home tab, paintbrush it, and then I'm going to scroll back down, and I want to highlight this whole group so that the formatting, not just the color, but the formatting for the whole thing is equivalent. So there we have that. Okay, so there is that.